Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone is cool. TGIF, thank God it's Friday, end of the week. What are we looking at today? It's not been a very volatile week this week for the currency pairs. That is, if you're trading oil, gold, it was quite starting of the week. Gold still is a little bit volatile. Dow Jones was very volatile this week, had that nice bullish momentum. So nice stuff. So today I'll be showing a few things. Someone was asking me how we use pivot points. Well, I'm not the master of pivot points, but I'll let you know how it's used. I know the basics. Maybe next week Ken will show you properly when he's back in the office. I'm not that 100% familiar with it, but they'll show you. They've used it more times than I have used it myself. So I hope you guys are having a nice week. I hope you're profitable. I hope you're not over trading and taking too much of a risk. This week I haven't taken many trades. I was just playing with GU that we played around with on Wednesday, I bet. And today I'm mainly watching GBP AUD. I'm already short on that pair. So GBP AUD, I'm shorting that pair. I'll show you on the analysis what I'm looking at. I don't know if you guys analyze that, but that's what I'm doing today. So without further say, let's jump and look at the markets. I'll do like a skim like I did last time, just like a rough through of a couple of pairs and see what we have today. Okay, so as usual, if you have any question, just ask on the chat room. I'll be sure to answer, because today it's basically the end of the week, so we're not looking to analyze pairs. We're just looking to review how the plays have gone this week. Something you should note today, it's NFP, non-farm payroll, around I think 2:30 or 3:30. I'm not sure of the time. 3:30, yeah. 3:30. So watch for that if you're trading the dollar pairs. That's why I'm not in any dollar pair today. I'm just watching GBP AUD for today. I'm out of the dollar pairs till next week, because we didn't have much volatile yesterday. We've not really broken to new highs, so I'm out of those pairs for today. So if I share my screen, what are we looking at? So let's start with GBP AUD, what I'm looking at. Okay, so yesterday we sort of had a pump on GBP. Before we go further, let me just show you how we use pivot points. So this is not I won't teach you much here, but because we mainly teach this in our courses, so I don't want to waste time here. This is not the platform for teaching, but what we are doing, if you want to get pivot points, first of all, you can go to this indicators icon up here. Just click on it. It's sort of drawn an F with an X. Click on it, then just search pivot points. Then you'll get this pivot point standard. Okay, so there's this pivot point standard. Once you get it, it's going to come. You'll get this. It's going to pop up, but they'll come a lot. So you can just double click it, and then there's this point. We use mainly Fibonacci. So remove it will come automatically a traditional. So put Fibonacci. Once you put Fibonacci, there's this part showing show historical pivot points. If you click it on, it's going to show multiple, I think going back 15 of them. So just you can reduce it down to 2, or you can just remove this tick. Then you'll have the currently recent ones. So as I said, I can't teach much about how the pivot points occur, but that's how you can place it. Maybe later on we can show you a bit more, but we've mainly taught this in our courses. If you buy our book as well, we've talked about it, how to look at the pivot points. So when we're looking at pivot points, the main thing we're looking at, as I said, I'm not the professional in this. Ken will cover it next week. But what we're looking at is these value areas. Okay, so value area P, which is the central point of the pivot. Then going up, we have the R1, R2, R3, basically meaning resistance 1, 2, and 3. Then going down, we have S1, S2, S3, support 1, 2, and 3. So those are key value areas that many traders are looking at. So they're normally different. On the daily chart, you'll get different pivot points. If you go down to the 15-minute chart, you'll get different pivot points. If you go down to the 1 week, up to the 1 week chart, you'll get different pivot points. So currently what I'm watching today, what trade I've taken with this pivot points today is on the GBP AUD. So what we're normally looking at is if market comes to the P level, there's normally some resistance or support. If we break above, the P area can act as support, or if we break below, the P area will act as resistance. That's what we got today morning. So as you can see, we got some resistance here, and market has sort of been moving further down. So if you look at the 2-hour close, what we got is that you sort of got this shooting star formation. So once market, yesterday we had this nice bullish run. I also thought this market was going to go higher, but we normally change with the markets. When the facts change, we change with it. So markets came down, we've closed below the P, we came back, retested it earlier today, and at 10 p.m. we sort of closed 10 a.m. we sort of closed as a shooting star today morning. So I'm watching this trade. I've entered just recently, just now, not so far. I've entered mainly with the 15-minute chart as we respected that piece. So there's a lot of confluence in that. So this is where I'm looking at this. Personally, using my market structure, what I normally use is the Elliott wave analysis. So what I'm looking at, ever since we got this momentum, okay, so this momentum was sort of, since we bottomed, was sort of in a channel, this sort of channel here. So we got this channel formation, market went all the way up, we sort of had that nice drive, 1 2 3 4 5, if I can name that for you. So I'm always looking at market structure, okay, so I'm always using it. So we had that 1 2, had a strong third wave, 4 5. Then now I'm currently looking at an ABC correction. That's why I did not jump on the longs yesterday. So I'm sort of looking at this ABC correction, at least for market to come back down to these levels. However, if we go back above this P level, then I'll be very cautious about this. But so far, right now, I'm very short on this pair, okay? So I'm very short. I'm targeting, if you go to the 15-minute chart, I'm targeting around this level, 1.8020, okay? That's what my target is for today. A good 140 pips from where I have entered, 140, 160, around there. So that's what I'm watching on this one. GBP USD, we've not had any momentum. Yesterday was a quiet day. Sort of market is sort of forming that double top formation. I'm not really sure about these pairs. Many of the USD pairs have really been consolidating as much. Also this one on the Aussie dollar, I remember on New Zealand dollar, there's a certain analysis I showed, a certain pattern. So this is sort of that pattern that I'm watching, okay? This is sort of that pattern. This market, it's sort of a market, once you get to a top or a bottom, this sort of formation. I don't know what it's called. I personally call it an expanding flat, but I don't know what it's generally termed. So this is what I was looking at. So I've not jumped into any of these pairs. They're not giving me that good entry. I'm not seeing any good either long or short analysis at the moment. Maybe for next week, after we get NFP today, we might shoot up, maybe spike R3 for the intraday traders today. They might come out at R3 before we get that market really good structure. If I'm looking at the daily chart, we are failing to close above the 1.20 level. We closed actually up yesterday, but we're not getting that strong momentum pushing up. So mainly, I won't lie to you, the dollar pairs, I'm not getting any nice analysis. USD card was a bit more clear. We had this sort of pattern formation, this channel. We're using the pivot points, very reliable as well. We can see market came all the way down to S3 in line with this channel formation. We can see we got that. If you look down here, if you go on the 1 hour chart, this is the 4 hour chart. You can see we sort of got this double bottom formation at this level, sort of got this shooting star and market, not shooting star, pin bar or spinning top. Then market has been shooting further up, getting all the way back to the P level. So this market can come back down maybe to this level and shoot back up to get to that P level at 1.3400 level. So that's what I'm looking at. Dollar index really still wide. Right now I don't have that clear analysis. Also forming a double bottom. That's what we're getting here, another double bottom. Market hasn't really formed new lows. Market failed to form new lows yesterday, but today please be keen on NFP, be keen on it. It might get that, it might give that volatility or push for where market is meant to go later on next week. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. Gold. I told you, don't try short this pair, man. Don't try short this pair. Gold has been in that bullish run for a very long time. So from last week's analysis, what we looked at, you can remember this triangle we looked at. Market broke up above. It was a very good break of the channel from, of the ascending triangle formation. This was a good entry here, but I wasn't paying much attention to this. As I said earlier on, I wasn't paying attention to the commodity pairs for this week. So we can see that nice break and market shot all the way up. Once we broke here, it closed at 1990 and it's gone all the way to 2075. So that was a good 850 pips to the upside. That's a lot. So this is a bull market. As I keep saying, it's a bull market. Look at the daily chart. Nothing has shown you yet to short this pair. Look at all this bullish momentum. 1, 2, 3. This week has just been bullish. This candlestick, you can't count on it. Wait for it to close. But what I'm looking at here, pay attention to this channel as well. So we sort of have this channel. Okay, so we sort of have this channel formation that I'm paying attention to, but at the same time, do not be really confined to this channel. It's easy for gold to break a channel formation, but yet again, I won't lie to you, I still expect a certain correction coming very soon, either next week, but one, maybe at the end of this channel. I'm not sure when, but expect a correction. I know we've been saying this for a long time, but this market has been in this bullish run for a very long time. If you look at the weekly chart, nothing is also showing you to short this pair. Look at that candlestick closes. So market has really been in that bullish run, but either way, what goes up must come down one way or another. It's just that we can't get the exact top. So what I normally do with such pairs, I wait for the first bearish sign to come. That means I might miss on a lot of pip movement to the downside, but I'll get a correction on that. So what I mean is, like, for example, let's say we get to the top of the channel around here, we can get that correction, very strong correction, which might come down maybe even to $2,000 level. What I can do at that level, now that I know maybe we are getting that bearish correction, is that I can wait for market to retrace back to a certain level with certain candlesticks pattern that I'll be watching before I enter that short and ride it further down. So gold, that's it for me. Dow Jones, watch this pair. I have this wedge analysis. Okay, so Dow Jones earlier on this week, I think this was last week when we spiked back down to this level. So we sort of have this wedge formation. So what I'm watching is how we'll respect this double top formation. So I don't know if many of you trade Dow Jones or look at it, but it's good for using if you're watching Elliott wave analysis. It sort of really respects that market structure because it has a lot of market participants, and when you're trading the markets, we're basically trading market psychology. So the mass psychology is what we're looking at, and that really forms beautifully on the Dow Jones. So I'm sort of looking at this pair. What I was paying attention to, okay, is we're looking at this sort of, you see, when we're coming down, why this pair has really been pushing down. We're looking at this pattern formation that when we're coming down, the market was sort of coming with slow momentum, but pushing up away from the trend line, we get this strong impulses to the upside. So this was also a good buy over here, forming this double bottom at this level. Market has shot all the way up. So I'm looking to see how market will respect this previous high, okay, at 27,600 level. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Market can break above, but I'm looking at this pattern as well. Okay, so I'm seeing how market is going to respect this whole level over here. Okay, once market enters this zone, I'm watching how it's going to respect over here. So that's what I'm looking at on this pair. That's what I'm paying attention to. Apart from that, oil, I don't have any analysis on this one. Why lie? I won't lie to you. Let's not waste time there. Aussie dollar, I've told you, pay attention to that pattern I was telling you. On the 4-hour, you can sort of see this channel formation forming. So, but pay attention to also this this pattern that I've drawn over here. You can draw it on your own screen. Watch it. Let's see how market, if it comes back up, let's see how it will be respected. If it's broken to the upside, watch the 4-hour chart, which looks much better for me. using this channel formation where R3 is. You can see it's at the top of this channel, so watch that analysis and see how it will respect at that top level. That's all I have for you. GBP AUD is what I've told you. I'm currently short, so that's my trade for today, and it seems it's going quite well. So I have a risk of about, I think I've risked about $60. I guess I've risked about $60. I think I never look at how much money I'm going to make, so I mainly pay attention to how much risk I have. I don't know how much money I'll make. That's why if the market goes to my direction, okay, I'll make money. But my main work for me as a trader is to always have is to look at what risk I have. I'm not looking to be right, I'm not looking to be wrong. My main work here as a trader is to control risk. So I'm never looking at how much money I'm going to make. I just look at the risk reward, and if the risk reward makes sense, I take the trade. On GBP AUD, I've taken a risk reward of 1:2.5, I guess. So that's what I'm having for today. That's the trade I'm taking. So you can look at GBP AUD, you can take that short as well. Just watch this level, 1.820 level. If the market closes back above that, we can stay out of it. But so far I'm short on that, and that's the only trade I have for this day today, and that's what I'm looking at. There was a few questions I saw over here popping up. Someone is asking, why are you predicting gold falling in the long run? In the long run, I'm not actually short. In the long run, I'd rather be bullish than I'm short. There's still so much room to the upside for gold. I'm just saying that market can get sort of correction. We get that correction, then we get that good entry for people who are going long. So gold still has a lot of room to the upside. I'm not long-term short. I'm long-term long on the gold pairs. So as commodities. And so yeah, sorry about that. So that's what I'm looking at. Number of lots, someone is asking, is it number of lots for what? For the trade I've taken or for what? I'm not sure about that question, but it depends. Oh, okay, yeah, you're asking for the number of lots. It depends with your account. Personally, we are sharing our $10,000 account with Ken. Ken with his $10,000, mine with the $10,000. Currently, I've just taken a small position, about 0.1 total lot on that. So it's not a big trade. It's just an intraday trade for today. So I've not taken a big one. If you have a small account, it depends with the account you're trading. If let's say you have a $1,000 account, you can take it depends on your risk reward that you're looking at. It all depends on the risk reward. I don't know what risk you want to take. Personally, I've taken a risk worth, if I have the $10,000 account, or let's say it's currently now at $9,000, if I'm looking at $60 loss, that means I'm dealing with about 0.7% risk. So it depends on the risk you're taking. If you're taking 1% risk, I don't know. So just do the calculations yourself and you can get the short for that pair. But that's basically what I have for you guys today. So I hope I've answered your question. So Derek, I'm looking at long-term goals to continue to the upside. I'm just waiting for a certain correction, which, look, let me tell you something about the market. It doesn't matter where the market is going. You can be right or wrong. It's as long as you have proper risk management. You can be wrong so many times, but at the end of the month you're up because of the proper risk management. So it doesn't matter. If the market tells us we're going up, we'll go up with it. If it shows us we're going down, very well, we'll just short the market. So at the end of the day, what I say is just my opinions. I might be right, I might be wrong, but if I'm right, I capitalize on it. If I'm wrong, I try and minimize the loss on it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Nothing much, just GA running. Ken will be joining us back next week. He'll show you what he's been up to, and yeah, it's been a good week. I've not overtraded, so I've followed my trading plan. So I hope all of you have a trading plan. Part of it is not to overtrade. Another part of it is not using proper risk management. So for this week, I've really been slow because I've been busy doing other stuff. But that's basically what I have for today. So geez, I think there are many people who didn't get to join. So I think, wait, just give me a sec. Let me allow them in. I forgot to remove the analysis. I mean the entry stuff. So Jeez, I don't know how I forgot. This is the first time I forgot. For the people who have just joined, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for I forgot to remove the enable waiting room. I forgot to remove it. I'm really sorry, and was paying too much attention on the charts. But for those who are joining, just a short recap of what we've covered. Today I'm short GBP AUD. I've just entered at 1.8160 level. 8160, yeah. 1.8160. So I've short that pair. I have my stop loss at 1.82230. 1.8230, yeah. 1.8230. And recap on GBP USD. Someone is asking. I don't have any trade on that, but I'm looking at this pair. We've not really been moving much, but I think this pair can drop a bit. I'm not sure. I'm not on any US dollar pairs because of the NFP today. I'd rather be out and remove that risk off the table. So I do not have anything on that. Someone is asking my GBP AUD target. If you go on the 15-minute chart, I've just taken, it's a quick intraday for today. My target is at 1.8020. So 1.8020, 1.800, around that level. So I have that short trade running till there. Quick intraday, and I'm out of that trade today before the day ends. So hopefully this UK European people will bring that volatility into the markets. As I've said, my stop is at 1.8230. That's what my stop is, but I had that entry at 1.8160. So that's the trade I have for today. The 4-hour candlestick seems to be closing quite well, so that's what I have for you guys today. So I'm really sorry for the people who have just entered. I did not notice that. So that's what I have for today. You can ride that GBP AUD with me. As I said, if market goes back above 1.8200 level, be really cautious about that. But that's what I'm running for today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll post this video on YouTube, so if you have not watched it, I'll post it on YouTube, but it might be a bit late by then, but I'm sorry for the guys who came late. So get that GBP AUD, watch that pair. So that's all I have for you guys today. We'll catch up next week on Monday. Ken will be here, so we'll do a lot. So you don't want to miss that episode and get to see what Ken has been up to. You do not want to miss that Monday live, because the Monday video doesn't go on YouTube. So if you miss it, that's it. So that's all I have for you guys today, and have a wonderful week.